This is question number 3 on geometry homework number 8. The question says use trigonometric ratios to find the measurement of side K. So side K is right here. And we are given one side and one angle. So in this case, we're going to use regular trigonometric ratios, not inverse. We would only use inverse if we had two sides and they were asking us to find an angle. So let's start by labeling our sides. We know that this is going to be our hypotenuse because that's opposite from the right angle. Here's our angle that we're given. So if we shoot an arrow out that way, that's going to be opposite. And then the side that it's touching is going to be adjacent. So the two sides that we care about, opposite has no numbers over here. It's not asking for the side, so we don't really care about opposite. We just care about hypotenuse and adjacent. So if we think of SOHCAHTOA, H and A are only in this one right here, H and A. So we're going to use cosine of theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse. So that's our formula. Now we need to just plug in what we know. So cosine theta is going to be our angle, in this case 53 degrees, equals adjacent, so that's going to be 45, over hypotenuse. We have no idea what hypotenuse is, so I'm going to keep it as h. It's being divided by h. Now remember, when the missing side ends up on bottom, we have that extra step. So I'm just going to multiply by h on both sides, because that's going to cancel out. Multiply by h. So this cancels, and I'm left with 45 on this side, and then h times cosine 53. And we're going to treat cosine 53 as one term right here. So we don't divide by cosine, or we don't divide by 53. We divide by the whole thing to get h by itself. So I'm going to divide by cosine 53, divide by cosine 53. My multiplying over here by cosine 53 and my dividing are going to cancel out. So this all cancels out, and I'm left with h equals 45 divided by the cosine of 53. So now on your calculators, all you need to do is type in 45, because that's what we're starting with, right there. 45 divided by, and then in parentheses, so I open up my parentheses, you can see them, I'm going to do 53 cos. So 53 cosine, then close my parentheses and push enter, or equals, to get your answer. And so my answer here would be 74.7738, etc. We're going to round to 2 decimal places. So if I look at that third decimal place, it's a 3. It is not going to affect that 7. So my answer would be 74.77. And in this case, we need to know whether or not to put our degree units on it. We were not finding a number of degrees in an angle. We were finding the length of a side. It doesn't say if it's feet, inches, whatever. So I'm just going to say units. So that is your answer.